Former FBI Director James Comey made his first appearance in court today after being charged with making threats to President Trump with seashells that spelled out 8647. You see them there. Here was the president on this matter this afternoon.
Well, if anybody knows anything about crime, they know 86. You know what 86? It's a mob term for kill 'em.
On CBS Mornings, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche told me that President Trump did not direct him to prosecute the former FBI director. Here was some of our conversation. Let's do a compare and contrast, Mr. Blanche. In 2022, someone well known in right-wing circles, Jack Posobiec, posted on X 8646. He did not take it down. He did not apologize. Mr. Comey has done both of those things. The Biden Justice Department never prosecuted him. By the standard of that grand jury, Jack Posobiec should face charges as well. Will the Justice Department pursue that case? Because they sound very similar.
That's just completely not true. That's not how a grand jury does its work. They don't just look at a single image and then say, okay, yes, we'll indict, or okay, no, we won't indict. They do an investigation. This conduct took place in May of last year, May 15th. It has been almost a year. I assure you, the FBI, the Secret Service, and the U.S. Attorney's Office have not been sitting around doing nothing. They have been investigating. I have no idea whether there was an investigation into the other times that post has been made and whether that investigation yielded different results. This investigation that we undertook resulted in a 2-count indictment. So you cannot compare, well, what happened last time, what happened this time. Every investigation is different. You know that. The American people know that. A lot of factors go into whether somebody should or should not be charged. The mere fact that there's a similar photo posted or a similar statement made, that's true. Every day there's comments made about President Trump, threats made against President Trump. Every one of those are not indicted. It depends on the facts of every case.
Mr. Blanche, did the President of the United States in any way direct you to pursue this matter?
Of course not. Absolutely, positively not. And there's no suggestion that that's the case that happened. And the fact that we're doing our work, this is not something that just happened the past couple weeks. This is something that has been investigated for nearly a year now. And the results of that investigation is a grand jury returns an indictment.
CBS News Department of Justice reporter Jake Rosen joins me now from our D.C. bureau. Jake, always good to see you. As we heard the acting attorney general say, this investigation has gone on for a year. Well, that's kind of a point that maybe the Comey defense attorneys might raise because, as I understand it, and I believe as you understand it, Jake, it was looked into a year ago and more or less not dropped, but it didn't go very far.
That's right, Major. I actually just got off the phone with somebody who worked in the Southern District of New York with Todd Blanche, who said if this message, this photo that was taken about a year ago was such a true threat, and we know that James Comey met with Secret Service investigators shortly after that post was then deleted and Comey apologized for making it, that why would you have let this man, or no matter who it is, whether it's the former FBI director or just a John Doe on the street, remain out in the public life? That certainly goes back to what we saw at the press conference yesterday, in which the Attorney General and FBI Director Kash Patel said that there was some kind of ongoing investigation and that, yes, while we might not know everything, this indictment, Major, is very simple. It lays out that this picture was simply posted and therefore it's two different charges, an interstate threats against the president charge and also a threat to injure the president charge. Each of those would face about 5+ years in prison, plus potentially other fines and penalties if he's actually found guilty. And this is likely to get challenged on a number of different things, not just the First Amendment grounds that are really thrown into really up in the air as a result of this. This is just not typically something the Department of Justice would go after someone for, but also a number of grounds, including selective and vindictive prosecution, which James Comey's legal team said in court today they're going to do because President Trump's animus across social media and public statements for about 10 years or so has been so profound that they're willing to challenge that this case was brought simply because it's the former FBI Director James Comey.
And Jake, as I understand it, we learned quite a bit more about the suspect charged in the White House Correspondents' Dinner attack or attempted attack, including, if I believe we have it, a selfie that the suspect took in his own hotel room at the Washington Hilton before. Control room, if we can bring that up, and then we'll have Jake talk about other things we've learned. If we have it, maybe not. Well, Jake, you just take it away.
Sure. So
There
you should
it
see,
is.
and then that picture, Major, we see a selfie taken by Cole Allen, the alleged suspect in this attack. You see knives strapped to his belt, a bag where the guns were allegedly stored. And we learned a little bit more about the timeline of all of this, including that he went downstairs, left his hotel room about 12 minutes before the attack began. In addition to that, just a more thorough timeline than we got in the initial charging documents. Cole Allen will be in court tomorrow, where his defense team will have the ability to fight what the Department of Justice put in paperwork today, which is that he should remain in pretrial detention as this case plays out. And then going into early next month, Major, there will be an arraignment. Well, he'll have to plead guilty or not guilty to these charges that he's initially charged with, the 3 charges, including an assassination attempt on the president, plus other charges, as Attorney General Todd Blanche and others have said are coming.
In the era of the selfie, sometimes selfie can be self-incriminating. It may very well be in this case. Jake Rosen, thanks very much.